for the next hour. So welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I am Alex. We are still playing Fable Anniversary. I shouldn't have walked into there. I wanted to teleport somewhere. Oh well, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. None of this matters. Not Hookblade. That's where we want to go. More side quests. Bum ba da ba bum bum. Oh yeah.
Halt!
Halt!
So you're the hero they sent, eh? Well, I've got a new job for you. These bloody villagers are holding our boss, and they plan to hang him.
Great.
So I want you to take a message to their chief. You tell him we'll raise his precious town to the ground if he doesn't hand our boss back. Got that? Well, run along then. We haven't got all day.
I think, yeah, the game forces you to go deliver this message. If left to my own devices, I'd rather just pull out my sword and murder this gang of bandits on my own, because this whole siege thing, not necessary.
I'm not letting that bandit go. He's plundered this village for far too long.
Okay.
We've got him under guard up the hill by the tavern, and that's where he's staying.
Alright.
So you'll just have to go back out there and get rid of the scum's bandit friends.
Okay.
Talk to the guard over there when you're ready, and he'll open the gates for you.
Fine with that.
As for me, I'm off back to my hut. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck dealing with this problem, hero. I'm gonna go take a nap. What an inspiring leader. So what the evil option would do is, like, go run, talk to the other guy, bust him out. Stupid. Yeah.
You're going to take them on all by yourself? You're a real hero, or a real fool. Well then, let's get started.
Mostly call me. Yeah, no call me.
Look, the gates are opening. Now's our chance to free the boss.
Get those bandits before they free their leader.
Okay, game. Can do. This is supposed to be hard. Ain't nothing hard about that. There we go. Good
Nice
clapping.
work. Those bandits won't be back in a hurry.
Grade A clapping, boys.
Hey!
When does this archery lesson open up? I would very much like to start being able to compete in that. Not lesson, archery, challenge, tournament, whatever. Ah, please come back another time. Ooh. Is it because it's daytime? Or nighttime? Is it actually open during the day, but you have to talk to that sign to initiate it? Or does it just open up later on in the game altogether? That sign doesn't really convey when to come back. Though I suppose it doesn't really try to convey that, does it? Okay, well, back to the guild then. And we can get the main quest moving along. Yep, side quests are done. You are in time for the next part of the main quest.
We have learned that Twinblade is seeking revenge for his humiliating defeat. He has hired a band of highly skilled assassins to kill you.
There
Watch
they
out
are.
for surprise attacks.
There they fucking are.
Your prowess is a...
Yeah. Fable, oh no, new tab. Fable Assassin Attacks. Assassin Attacks is a bronze quest in Fable. So assassin locations are in the Witchwood Cullis Gate. So let's go knock these out. Basically, in all these places that you can go to, you will be attacked by assassins. So we go trigger all of them. For this, Witchwood Cullis Gate, go behind it, wait a few seconds, the assassin will come for you. Okay? Easy. Then Not Hulk Glade, then Windmill Hill. The focus site. The focus site is not that. Very difficult skills of artistry. Oh, that's the first jet we found, huh? Yeah, let's get this ass in. Boop, boom, boop, boop, boop. I always enjoyed that as a kid. That the word is assassin. It's ass-in. Really? Like ass? Felt too good to be true. It's so silly how, monumental finding words that have naughty language as a part of them is so exciting as a kid. Or at least it was for me. Like, haha, this word has words I'm not supposed to say in it. So I can say it instead and people can't get mad at me. So, first assassin is running up here. Waiting a second. Literally a second? Yeah, not even a second. Hello, assassin. My piece was slapping the base. All of you. Excellent. You never realized it was ass-in? Really? Oh. I'm glad I'm here, enriching your life. So next up is Knothole Glade. We were just in Knothole Glade, and I was... Every time we've been here, I'm like, when did the assassins spawn? When did the assassins spawn? Now they spawn, Alex. Now they spawn. It should have been A-Z... or A-Z-A-S-I-N. Asin. Well, isn't it based off of Hashashin? Like the group of, well, assassins. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not up here? I could have sworn it was up here. Is it up the other way? Is it on the path on the way here? I so clearly remembered that. Outside the main gate, cross the bridge, past the demon door, turn around, we'll come at you screaming. Really? I could have sworn it was up there. Yep, you're right. No, it spawns up there. I clearly remember this. This right here, I remember. Okay. Easy. Yeah, that's assassin number 2. Windmill Hill. At the top of the windmill. Okay, easy. Do we have Windmill Hill on here? I don't think so. We have to go to... We have to overshoot, don't we? No? Witchfield Graveyard? Yeah, we'd have to really overshoot. Yeah, let's overshoot. Could have written it at least 3 ways that don't include ass twice. Yeah. But what would we laugh at as teenagers? Well, you know, we'd probably find plenty of other silly words to laugh at. Tons of other ridiculously juvenile things to find amusing. What? What? What is with the red barrier here? Am I supposed to not be here yet? Did I teleport on the opposite side of a... quest barrier or something? Alright, well, let's go back to Bowerstone South. Don't know what that's all about. I thought that the original Assassins were really cool right up until about when Assassin's Creed came out. And then they stopped being cool all at once, forever. Assassin's Creed really destroyed me.
There were too many of them. We never stood a chance. They grabbed the archaeologist and took him up the hill there.
I don't want to...
I don't know what they're planning to do with him, but I bet it ain't gonna be pretty.
Fine. Yeah, minions.
You've got to rescue him. Quick, there isn't much time.
Yeah.
Following! I've never seen anything like it. Hey, I'm right behind you.
Oh yeah, you little fucks are super annoying. I love their weird Anubis toy doctor masks. The aesthetic of these enemies is like fucking rad. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Assassin's Creed is the Hashashin version of Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
You'll need to kill him to dispel him.
Oh, summoners make those stupid red barriers. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean 2. Caribbean. Man, I had a whole bit on stream where I was like, I'm gonna pronounce it Caribbean from here on out. Here I am. Fucking it up more. Oh, I never looted the inside of this house, did I? Yeah, let's get them. Just, you know, right after I toss this place. Alright, nothing to see here.
Following!
I really love the Assassin's Creed that everybody liked, the boat one. What the hell was that one called? You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. The one with the diving and the pirates and all that. Oh my god, why can I not remember which one that was? Well, I can't remember which one that was because the Assassin's Creed series is about 1 billion games long, and very many of them are more or less identical to the others.
The barrier is down. Hurry through to save the archaeologist.
And they do this damn thing where they pretend to be historically accurate, or at least vaguely historically accurate. Not even a little. They're historically accurate to like the one set in the Middle Ages. There's a mechanic where you have to go around and collect famous paintings, and the fucking paintings you collect aren't even from like the same century of each other. They're from such a large period of time. Like, oh yeah, this was painted 120 years before this one, but I just happen to have both of them at the same time. Yeah. It's a different game with the Assassin's Creed IP slapped over it. Yeah, that's probably why I liked it. Like the people who like only Far Cry Primal. You know, I thought I'd like it, but just how many people complained about how bad Far Cry Primal was turned me off to it. I like the Far Cry series, and I have since the original game. Yeah, I know. The original game was, something, alright, but mutations and dinosaurs that were just there for some reason. Not like real dinosaurs, but fake dinosaurs for some reason, because that made it okay. The original Far Cry was a weird fucking game. Loved it, though. The map maker was one of my favorite map makers back in the day. I used to make really foggy, creepy maps with really high ambient sound to play with my friends. Particularly one of my friends was so freaked out so easily by it. It was so much fun just to make these terrorizing maps and only have like 3 of us running around in them. The multiplayer community of that game was never thriving at that point in time, but it was pretty cool.
They're in right behind you.
Far Cry 3 got right to the point between same shit over and let's destroy our IP. Was Far Cry 3 the, before Blood Dragon? Blood Dragon was like, okay, well, I guess we're not taking this seriously anymore, so I'm out. For me, like, that was it. That was the final straw. Up until that point, I could kind of be dragged along, but yeah, okay. Yeah, Far Cry 3 was pretty great. They jumped the shark in like 15 different ways, and it definitely seemed like, stop. Just after this, stop. Don't make any more. Just move on. Create different games.
They've almost reached the boat. You're running out of time.
It's like Just Cause. After Just Cause 2, you're done. You're done. You've gone silly and weird enough. God, the sounds they make are just horrible. Far Cry 3 future reskin with the different plot. I didn't play Far Cry 4 at all. Although, truth be told, I'm kind of open to playing the new one because it's set in the Americas and deals in some small part with homegrown fascism. Although I think the new Wolfenstein probably did it way better than Far Cry will be able to do. I'm still willing to give it a try because, like, fuck yeah, I'm all about anti-fascist games. Love that. Because games are political. And as they are political, might as well make them relevant to the world we live in. Not just about going to an interchangeable Pacific island and blowing stuff up, or like nondescript African country and causing coups or something like that. Like, you know, we've got enough of our own bullshit going on at home, why not focus a game on that? So, I'm excited about the premise, but I don't know. I am kind of bored of Far Cry.
It seems you've mastered using the combat mod.
Yeah, I kind of had mastered using the combat multiplier, haven't I? It's up to 34. I think if I get it up to 50, I'll pop these, but not a moment sooner. Okay, you guys are being real dicks. There we go. There we go. Pop that. I look like if I get it to 50, I'll do it, but I'll probably use it as soon as I... Shit, I wanted to do it before this cutscene. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, it saved me, but I'd still be in my cave if it weren't for you, so I guess we're even, herpa derpa derpa. The American one seems like it could be good, but don't trust the IP enough to pre-order. Yeah, I don't trust any IP enough to pre-order at this point. I think I trust Paradox titles enough, but no one else. I'm never pre-ordering a game again, unless there's serious incentive to do so. I'm okay with pre-ordering a game at, like, reduced cost, if that means getting access to a beta, or participating in the alpha or something like that, but for the most part, I think pre-ordering titles is just bad for you, and bad for the industry.
You've received a new quest card.
Paradox
Check the
titles.
guild
Hearts of
for
Iron
more
4
quests.
DLC policy. I'm not... Some of the DLCs definitely shouldn't have happened and shouldn't be bought, but not all of them. Some are still quite good. Not all. Some. So okay, we knocked out a couple of them there. We took out the... Oh, Hook Coast. We have not gone to Hook Coast yet. We're not going to go to Hook Coast for a very long time. Okay, the last assassin is in Hook Coast. Yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. We'll get EU5 before Hoi 4's AI gets fixed. Yeah, yet another thread on the subreddit recently was talking about demonstrating how the Hearts of Iron 4 AI breaks up their armies and why the game's performance ends up lacking so much. And it's infuriating. That game's performance is why I don't play it more. I love that game, but I can never get past like 1942, 45, maybe at the latest. It just starts to really, really slow down a lot. It's not a bad game, it's just slow. And honestly, I have things I would rather be doing with my time than just waiting on the clock to tick.
You're now stealthy enough to use the lockpick expression.
If it doesn't slow down, peace conferences are shit anyway. Yeah, I consider player-led peace conferences to be mandatory in Hearts of Iron 4, which is why I've only gone after a few pretty easy achievements playing that. The peace conferences are infuriating bullshit. With the way that war score is even calculated in that game, like, oh yeah, war contribution goes up if you have people die. Wait, no, it should be based on how many people you kill or how much territory you take, not just like how much strategic bombing you did. What fucking justification is, well, we really bombed the hell out of Hamburg, so we should be able to take half of Germany. No! It's stupid. Yeah. That's why I don't play that particular game much anymore. Let's take this. Yeah, Paradox, their titles are quite good. I'm excited for them to continue to get better. And I believe that the company will continue to try to make their titles better, because they have in the past. But I do sincerely believe they need better AI. Just across the board, they need to work on their AI. I know that's a big ask, and it's not just as easy as, like... I know it's not easy, but that's what those games need more than anything to give them better replayability.
About time you showed up. The execution's starting soon.
Fuck! I picked the wrong one. Let's, Oh, it doesn't matter. Alright, well... I guess I self-selected to do a bad quest here, but I'm not going an hour back to undo this, so we're just doing an evil quest. When your 6-year-old brother managed to conquer the USSR, you knew it was time to uninstall. Yeah.
You have reached
like, it's good for a game to be accessible, but it shouldn't be too easy. Hearts of Iron 2 might be the best. Hearts of Iron 3 was terrible. Just terrible. And I will not hear any opinion to the contrary. Like, it was garbage. It performed like shit. It was focused mostly on, like, supply lines, and that was incredibly boring, and controlling your armies was a massive pain. Yeah, if you want to make a game accessible, you get different difficulty options. I definitely agree. Like, with the game Galactic Civilizations. The Galactic Civilizations series definitely matches up with that. Like, there were some really hard difficulties, but the AI was just optimized so well that it would actually learn meta, what you tended to do in your builds, what you tended to go for, and it would counter build based on that. So the longer and more you played, the better the AI would get at beating you and actually competing with you, which is really cool. Man, I'm kind of wanting to play Dark Souls. The combat in this is just like reminding me of like, yeah, Dark Souls is really good. This is not. This is not doing for me what Dark Souls did. They're very different games, admittedly, but I didn't mean to take this side of the quest. I meant to go with the one where you kill the dude. I didn't mean to rescue the bandits. The guards are gonna be mad and put a bounty on my head.
Blimey, I thought I was for it. Cheers, mate.
No problem, Rando Bandito. No problem. I mean, slight problem in that I accepted the wrong half of the quest, but whatever. It don't matter. None of this matters. Boop boop. And let's go back to the guild. Having difficulty settings is nice and all, but I would prefer just having a designed core difficulty and sticking to it. Like, Fable didn't used to have a difficulty. It was just Fable. you played on how difficult the game was because there were no other options. And I like that quite a bit. It's a little old-fashioned, but nah. Like, EU4 and Hearts of Iron and Crusader Kings, I never play on hard mode. Because, why would I? Why would I give the AI unnecessary bonuses and buffs to things? Like, I just want them to make the AI better, so all the time you're competing against decent opponents, not just when you decide to subject yourself to torture. And a harder difficulty is not giving the AI unfair bonuses or letting them cheat. That has nothing to do with difficulty. That's just straight up cheating. I think that's a very lazy way to implement difficulty. And Civilization, the Civilization series, is very guilty of that, which is one of the reasons why I don't like the Civ series very much. Oh, just a few hobs. Party with my hobs. God damn it, I missed. Too many hobs. Too many dicks on the dance floor. There we go. There we go. There we go.
You, sir, are our leader. Prince amongst men. Go on.
Prince amongst men. No, no, go on, please. Tell me more about how great I am. I think I'm seriously having to consider if we're gonna keep playing the Sworn Fealty runs on EU4, because man, it's gotten to the point where I feel like if we don't win this next round, I don't want to reset again, just because it's become such a time sink. I played that campaign for 20-something hours at this point, roundabout there.
You're sure to find something to suit.
I'd rather move on to a new campaign just so it feels fresh and I can try to regain my sanity slowly but surely. Not that bad. It's not that hard. It's just like, yeah, I think I'm ready to move on. Like I've learned sort of what I would need to do in order to get the achievement, but it's not my playstyle, and so much of it just depends on luck and RNG that it seems to me to be a terrible achievement. I don't know. Yeah, the most popular improved AI mod for Age of Empire 2 gives them a bunch of resources. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much we can do until computers start getting absolutely absurd processing power. And we come up with some very, very good, well, processing and computing power. Because our brains are really fucking good computers. And to come up with things that can beat that is tricky to do. But, I mean, you look at the, I hesitate to call it AI, the Dota bot that beat people one-on-one using their mains in mid lane and stuff like that, where you can have a learning algorithm beat people at games that they're really good at. That's definitely a thing that we can do. So how do we replicate those learning algorithms, balance them to be reasonable and fair, and implement them into more difficult games in a way that's unobtrusive and fits in with the theme? I'm really excited for future gaming. Not in the next year or two. I think really implementing on the possibilities there is still like 2 to 5 years out. But games built on the tech that we're proving can be viably made and can be viably programmed and implemented, very, very freaking cool. I don't want AI opponents who will beat me every time, but I want them to have discernible personalities. Try different things, different games. Have variation in style and things like that. I guess what I want to do is I want to be playing against people, but without the hassle of playing with people. Because people, you have to schedule a time to play with them, you have to be patient while they're running off to do whatever, but a good simulated person, you don't have to, yeah.
You're sure to find something to suit you.
Yeah, Paradox's solution to the AI can't switch military access like the player does is making so the AI doesn't get diplo relation malices for military access instead of teaching it to cheat. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how they will just give military access to anyone and everyone, and how, notably, in the last campaign we played and campaigns like it, it really came to a head time and time again how problematic that became. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you want to, why are people so afraid of me? It's because I murdered a bunch of guards, right? It's because I did that quest. Yeah, scariness is negative 36, we're not that scary. Whatever, they'll come around. We're 19 years old and plump. Down to 19 again, damn. That's what you get for throwing money at the church. But we didn't get Paladin as a title.
So the guild thought I needed some help, did they?
Briar Rose!
Do they think that I'm some sort of damsel in distress? Well, you might as well make yourself useful now you're here.
You're one of my favorite
I've been studying
characters.
an ancient shrine we found buried
Your
in the swamp.
reskin
But the whole area just
doesn't
got
look
busy
good.
with
Her
minions.
face used to look better.
Looks like they're using it for some kind of whacked out ceremony. Whatever it is, it can't be good news. Help me get rid of the ones guarding the shrine, and maybe I can get close enough to disable it.
The kind of model where you're randomly paired with other players currently online. With a game like EU4 or Hearts of Iron 4, where campaigns take 20-30 hours at minimum, that doesn't work. Because no one is sitting there for 20 hours and letting the game play. That works... It works in some fashion, like in short games, like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, or even older games like the Halo series. Competitive, very short, bursty type things. But even then it can get bad if it's completely random, because you want your players to be playing against people with similar skill sets, or similar skill thresholds as them, and not against like really good professional players who will just kick them over and destroy them repeatedly. I would be okay with that. playing online multiplayer games by myself for a long time didn't hold much appeal to me, but streaming it actually gives it more appeal than it used to. My main point of hesitation for streaming anything like PUBG or anything else is, well, number one, fucking nobody would watch it because everybody is streaming it. Number two is I know I'd be pretty adequate at it at best, and I like streaming things that I'm actually good at.
Follow me.
Yeah, I have to defend you, don't I? That what's happening here? Yeah.
The minions must have been using the shrine to summon this whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I know a way of
People
seeing
often
the
have
portal and
like
making sure that thing never appears.
score
The invocation was
levels
written in
or
old Kingdom
leaderboards
speak,
or different
so this could
ranks,
take a
and then
while.
you are paired based off of that. So that is a thing that happens.
Looks like we have
But
company.
for the games I play, like
Keep those
Paradox
minions away from
games,
me
it's
while I
more of a
recite the
matter
incantation.
of time than anything else.
Destinier, Lamadin, Muhin, Camparian, Dennis.
Want to teleport in, you fucks?
Come
at me, bro. It'd be fun to see me stream something I'm really bad at. Well, alright. Keep that in mind. Should have been streaming me trying to work with plaster today at work. I was pretty terrible at mixing plaster when I started today, but yeah, there's no viable way to give a score based off single player and Paradox titles. They've tried, but the score system they've used is like, how much prestige did you have at the end of the game? Like how much total development? And it's like, no. Because a big part of the appeal of Paradox titles is you defining what your own victory is, what your own sense of victory is. And if the game is... highest score on the Paradox leaderboards got cheated. I think the number one score went to 2,122. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't seem possible. The whole score system in-game is ridiculous. Oh no! I let her get hit once. I wonder if she's saying actual Latin. Probably not, right? Paradox is such a special snowflake. They really are. That's why they're so near and dear to me. That when it comes to game developers, they do a lot of things right. And a lot of things unique. And effectively. Yeah, fucking Swedes. You let the waifu get hit. I know. If you could marry other heroes, Briar Rose, 100% waifu. Whisper is like, you know, old college friend material, but Briar Rose, waifu. She's way too cool for you, though. Way too fucking cool. Why is she too cool? No, that's just like her defining personality trait. It's like, look at me, I got these tattoos, I wear black and red, and I look kinda goth, but not really, and I wear leather, and I talk about how cool I am, and how everyone's so new and annoying, and get out of the way of my fans. And I don't know why. Think she's fucking rad. Too school for cool. Too school for cool. Slow time is making this take longer than it needs to. It's a crutch, slow time. It really is. It makes it easier to time combos and things like that, but it's really not necessary.
The incantation worked!
Hey!
The portal's closed! Let's just hope the seal holds. That was some impressive minion slaying, by the way. You can fight by my side anytime.
I'd turn it
Now
into
I'd
a
better
sex
get back to
joke
the
if I
guild and
could.
figure out what that thing was.
Hey! Alright, I need to make a note for myself. If/when here in like a couple of weeks, once followers get up to 50 and I get affiliate, I'm definitely considering making the subscriber notification sound the hey sound. E. Subscriber notification found. Still gotta work on what the hell I want to have my emote. It's probably just gonna be the little dude. The little dude being my channel icon, but... Oh my god, her outfit is so cool and she has shoulder tattoos. Yeah, get it? Yeah, she's rad. Why? Because she is. It's an intrinsic thing. No. Hey. Quit being afraid of me. The 3D waifu likes the 2D waifu. I don't think, like, in real life partner is 3D. I think that's 4D, because she still exists in time. A 3D waifu would be like my VR waifu, or something like that. How can you excuse Lady Grey's outfit by saying things were different back then? Oh, like, this game came out in, what, Fable release date? 2004. Go look at what, Hollywood fashion looked like in 2004. Thinking emoji, fuck, he's right. The fashion was ugly in the early 2000s, just generally ugly. I lived through it too. I'm as guilty of it as anyone else, but like, in the United States in the early 2000s, we all collectively... did you see that? That was... witch-tastic? Nah, do it again though. Okay, weird. You were 16 in 2004. Yeah. That's horrendous. So bad. I was a small in the early 2000s. I think I was 8, something like that. I can do math. I too was young in 2000. 2004, yeah, I was 12. That's how math works. Not even child fashion was good. No, child fashion was horrible when we were in the early 2000s. No quest cards available. But...
Oh dear. Go to the graveyard. Go to the grave. Go.
No, hold on.
Go to. Can't escape once activated.
Oh, hey!
Go to the grave.
He said something besides go to the graveyard.
Go to the. You can buy better weapons. Go to the graveyard.
If I ever release a fat mixtape,
you can always go to the graveyard.
It's just gonna be samples of the Guildmaster over and over and over. Go to the graveyard. Go to the graveyard. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I'd have to work on it, but you get the rough idea. Why is there a... Hold on, let me check the actual map before I teleport all over the place. What's up with Fisher Creek? Fishing competition. No, we're done with that. Mixtapes. Mixtape time. No, I'm not getting caught up in that. I like... sort of like that in mid-2000s, late 2000, or, 2017, that, YouTubers releasing and Twitch personalities releasing mixtapes became a thing, but like, do it. No, I'm supportive of the mixtape. I'm not gonna do it. But, some of those mixtapes are like, real white, man. They're real fucking bad. Just horrible. And I am not intending to contribute to that monstrosity. Well, people are real afraid of me. All I did was murder like 20 guards. Acting like I did something wrong. Try to roast people who roast themselves for a living. Yeah. It seems a bit odd, right? Yeah, let's just run north. People are not in love with me anymore. People are afraid, mostly. Wait a minute. Hey, teacher. Going to school? Got some books? Mr. Gout? His name was Mr. Gout? Gout?
Belverines are the fiercest creatures in Albion. But there was once a brave young girl for whom they held no fear.
My mother!
One day, a beast attacked Knothill Glade, where she lived. The villagers all ran away, until she alone stood to face it. The creature was twice her size, and she fought its teeth and claws armed only with a stake. By the time the warriors arrived, the beast lay dead at the girl's feet, and her dress was soaked with its blood. From that day forth, she was known to all as Scarlet Robe.
That's not a bad
As
way
she
to
grew
get a
older,
name.
she became a great hero, driving the evil Belverines from much of Albion and competing in the Witchwood Arena.
Oh no!
I bet that Belverine just died
Oh,
because she smelled so bad.
Hello again. You found any interesting reading material?
The screams of children make me
Tales
so
of
happy.
tragedy.
It's horrible.
Thank you,
It's
Billy.
just fucking hilarious.
What
They're sitting down and
strange
telling a
land
story and
is
then,
this to
oh
which
no!
the storm? My body has delivered. Surely heaven it is. And I be
The
dead.
story is about coming of
for
age
as
and
in
having
a
your first
dream
period. Yeah, I
saw
could
the
see
ship
it.
torn. From neath me by the waves and felt death's foul kiss. But hush now.
Scarlet Robe.
Who comes here?
Truly, my eyes doth deceive me, for I thought I saw some strange thing move amongst the wreck by the shore.
Now I know that I be really dead. For in this fair land do angles tread.
That's angels, Billy, not angles.
Oh no!
Any book that trigger.
Damn it. We're still one book away from finishing. Why the hell are these goddamn kids so afraid of me? I think we need to go do a good quest or two and then they'll be back to laughing. Geometry, boy. This be a land where angles tread. That'd be a horrifying land. These aren't very good voice actors. They're okay voice actors. It's also that they're old audio files that have been remastered. 10 simultaneous screams from real children would bring you to your knees with maddening despair. Cora, I work in an escape room. We have groups with 10 or 12 children. I hear that shit on like a weekly basis. It makes me laugh most of the time, honestly. I've heard children scream in fear. Fucking, that's our no context shit right there. Reddit no context. Fuel right there. I hear children scream on a weekly basis. It's funny when they're bad voice actors. It's hilarious when they're actually terrified. And then it gets real annoying when they're actually terrified too, because kids get scared for just too long. Like, it's funny at first, but then they just keep being scared. Like, oh, okay, all right, Jane, it's not scary anymore. No, Timmy, boy, it's cool, man. You can chill. No, you don't have to. Okay, I guess we're just gonna be terrified for the next 20 minutes then. This is why I can't teach kids. I like kids so long as they're not my kids. I like kids. Not speaking from experience, I wouldn't know if I like my own kids. I like teaching kids. But my patience for panicked bullshit is pretty low. So that's why you're like that when you come home. What, like exhausted? Dead inside a little bit? Is that what you mean? Because if so, yes. Yes, that's why I'm like that when I get home. Well, I'm just like, I need to not move for a while. Fertilizing the field with bandit flesh. That's how you get prions. Oh. Fucking missing no all up in this bitch. Wow. That looked horrible. Oh yeah, okay, good. It did go to stream, the rear dead inside. Are you up top, or are you just around the corner? You're just around the corner. Now, the assassins, I may be wrong about this, but I'm fairly sure that they respawn. Wake me up inside. You know, the day will come when people won't understand that reference. Hell, the day's probably already here. I was hoping we would run into a guard by now and they would make us pay a bounty for all the guards that we killed, and that would stop people from being so terrified of us. Alas, that does not seem to be the case. Don't be such a baby. Alright, fine. I won't be such a baby. I will be a murdering man instead. The opposite of a baby, I think. Not really. Murder is not the opposite of a baby. Well, murder is kind of the opposite of childbirth. In a weird, twisted logic sort of way. Like, childbirth is bringing life into this world, murder is taking life out of it. Oh yeah. Was it your first escape room that you went to? The one that I work at was the first one that I went to, and it was part of our hiring process to play through the room while our bosses watched. It was fucking horrifying. 10 seconds left gives a clue. Well, thanks! Yeah, man. If you were playing a game and I'm running it and you have less than, like, 4 minutes left, my hands are off the keyboard and completely off of the controls. You're not getting help from me at that point, because I know it'll just piss you off. There are some really good escape rooms out there. There are also some really bad escape rooms out there. I'm not going to name names, but particularly there's one here in Seattle that comes up a lot when people talk about playing an escape room. And they're like, oh yeah, I played this one. It wasn't very good. Or like, oh yeah, that was my first room. What did you think about it? Well, I don't really know. Did you play this one? Yeah? They're not all that bad.
Now put.
Yeah. Only escape room anywhere near me. Yeah, I grew up, the city I grew up in just got its first escape room a couple of years ago. Seattle's spoiled with them. LA is especially spoiled.
Hide it to make sure no one else steals it. Don't worry.
I'm not gonna name names, but particularly all of them are bad. Except for ours. Ours are great.
Not even them undead ones wandering around. Only thing I didn't manage to hide before
no, there is
turned
actually
up
some
was
very
the
creative
helmet.
stuff out there.
It'll be alright here for now, and I'm keeping them gates locked till I can sell the lot. Shh! What was that? Someone's out there. I better go.
I better go.
Get out of my house, you bloody peasant. Alright, I'm leaving. I just needed somewhere to sleep.
Drop the name for the raise. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not ashamed of my work, but I also don't
guild business, is it?
Don't feel like pimping it.
You want to go
Maybe if I get a
old
good
kingdom
following,
gates?
at that point I'll pimp it a little harder, but
been opened for
I also kind of
They
like
say that only Nostro the
the secrecy
gatekeeper
a
could
bit,
open 'em.
and not having
But
people
old Nostro died
stop
a
by
couple
my
of
work
100
who know
years
me,
ago.
but I don't
Now,
know
the
them,
secret's
because
buried with
that's
him in
always
his
awkward.
crypt. I suppose you'll
Maybe
be
I'll
wanting
grow on
access
it.
to the
I'll
graveyard.
probably warm up to it.
Well, let's go.
I like how this guy's like, I'm not letting anyone in this graveyard. Oh, hey, you wanted that graveyard? Yeah, sure. There you go. Welcome to the graveyard.
Crypt is on the...
Yeah. Weren't you hiding something by your house? Isn't there something I need to dig up over here? Isn't it in your fucking house?
Do you really need to look around my hut? Oh, that old thing. Someone gave it to me.
Yeah, no. No one gave that to you. I'll probably be pimping our new room when that opens up, actually. Right now I'm helping wrap up the construction process on it. But it's pretty cool. Many thanks for wiping your feet. John and Sarah Miller, inseparable before the accident, more so after. K. Mahler, atheist, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Thank you and goodbye. Here lies Kenneth Nin, now available for children's parties. You scratch beneath the coffin lid, thus we avenge your crimes upon us. Oh, so they buried someone alive. Anonymous will never forget you. Wait. Is that... That's not an Anonymous reference, is it? Anonymous didn't exist when this game first came out. This must have been something added in the Anniversary Edition, because Anonymous was not a thing in 2004. The whole never forget bit. That took like another decade. That must have been Anniversary Edition adding that in. If that even is a reference. The only thing you're bothered by other than the control dude is their website said all groups needed at least one adult for all rooms. When you got there, they're like, no, actually you can go in. The only one is the poltergeist one. There, everyone has to be an adult. They probably need you to have an adult there just for legal reasons, so that somebody can be legally accountable if something breaks or someone gets hurt. That's the reason we require an adult or guardian to be there. And I've definitely had groups of 18-year-olds that I've just been like, yeah, sure, dude, you are definitely 18, and I'm not gonna, like, card you or anything, because this ain't a bar. So, you can go on in, I guess. Like, if you lie to me about how old you are, it's fine, it's on you for lying to me. Formation circa 2002. Wow, Anonymous is from 2004. That's fucking nuts.
These graves are ancient and
I've seen
years.
I've seen kids as young as 8 and 10 play an escape room and do really good at it. Much better than I've seen many middle-aged people do it. I've seen 80 and 90-year-old people do it and do it better than teenagers and 20-something-year-olds. It really just depends on the person. I don't think age is much of a factor. It's just a factor when it comes to booking because of legal considerations. Some people don't look 18, but they are. Yeah, these people, it wasn't so much like not looking 18, they had that whole nervous like, ooh, I hope they don't call me on not being 18 look to them that like a lot of teenagers have when they're faking it. I know that look because I'm sure I had it at some point in time. But, you know, whatever, they're not buying beer from me or weed from me, which is illegal in the state that I live in, just for the record, or anything else, so it's just like, it's fine, man. It's fine. One of my first games, we had one of the lead designers from Wizards of the Coast play our room, and I didn't realize who he was until he was leaving, and I'm like, no, I should have used this as an opportunity to like be like, hey, I'm also designing a tabletop game. Maybe, like, you could take a look at it and, like, schmooze a bit, but no, I was scared and new at my job. I wish I had done that. But I'm sure he was just out having fun with his family and friends and didn't really want to get into that. But if I could change one game, it would probably be that one. I'm not saying I've got us into places, but I've got us into places. Yeah. I kind of miss that about being a teenager, the fun of sneaking into things that you're technically not supposed to be able to get into. I was indignant at the time that, like, fuck you for telling me I'm not old enough to take responsibility for myself, which I still think is bullshit. I think you should be able to qualify to be an adult at 16, but you have to, like, take a test to do so or something like that. I still don't think I'm an adult in many ways, but, you know. You wouldn't want to make out with Ariana Grande. Yeah, no. She, what Cora's referencing is Ariana Grande played in... and... someone in her room was... her group of like 14 people was vaguely flirty. At least one person. It's getting vague now. That was a pretty fun game. I distinctly recall there being one dude in their group who was really fucking good at puzzles, who like would set things up so it was almost solved, and then let somebody else like knock down the last of the proverbial dominoes. That dude was a saint. He helped move that game along so well. I want one of him in every game. Just like knowing exactly the right amount to tease or suggest, but holding back enough that people can feel like they contributed on their own.
This is
would have offered that guy a job if I didn't think he was already making way more. Oh great, a fishing rod. I think those are all the armor pieces. What, we got helmet? Did we get pants? I've been so wrapped up in my monologuing that I haven't really been tracking what we picked up or not. Let's take a look.
My armor,
my helmet, my sword, and my shield.
Gather for me in the path I shall heal.
I think I have most of those? Nope, I'm missing one. What am I missing? I don't remember. I got what was in here. And this doesn't open. Dark Dupe Sibyllus. Reign of Torturous no more. Went to an international book fair. I played 18 and claimed the shortest girl in our group was our 12-year-old sister, which meant she didn't have to pay. That's pretty clever. I mean, a great thing about being a teenager is you can break the law and not go to prison for it. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but like, there's juvenile detention, and yeah, if you commit a serious enough crime, you can be tried as an adult, but like, your permanent record gets wiped, in most cases, when you become an adult. So if you are ever going to become a little rapscallion and try to fight the system and get up to nonsense you shouldn't be getting up to, do it while you're young. Don't wait until you're old and it can be something that can destroy your entire life. I mean, it could still destroy your entire life if you're young and stupid, but, you know, better young than stupid than old and stupid. But, you know, we're all gonna be stupid for the majority of our lives anyway, so try not to worry about it too much, I guess. I did some incredibly dumb shit as a kid. No, can't dig up that grave. I'm thinking the last thing we need is in a grave that I need to dig up. Probably one that's labeled as such. Get jailed, Dad. Alright, there's the sword. Now we're done here. Bum, bum. Yeah. Did your teacher actually tell you that sticking gum underneath your desk would go on your permanent record? Because if so, that's a fucking awful teacher.
My armor, my helmet, my sword, and my shield. You gathered for me, so the path I shall yield.
When I was in high school, the school administration was convinced that I was masterminding like a criminal network of thieves who were stealing stuff from our school.
The old one recover his armor.
The truth of the matter was, we just stole stuff from classrooms and moved them into other classrooms to fuck with the teachers. And it wasn't like a cohesive network, it was just a bunch of shitty kids being mean to substitute teachers. Good times. But then one young lady's pink violin got stolen. It got misplaced. She lost it. Nobody stole it. But I got called into the principal's office, and our fucking principal was like so goddamn serious. Like, all right, where is it? Now I thought I was getting in trouble for something else. I'm like, where's what? The pink violin. What'd you do to it? And I just burst out fucking laughing. Like, you think I stole a pink violin? Me? What would a 13-year-old boy want with a pink violin? He's like, you could pawn it. I'm like, the fuck do you think I am, man? I'm a little bastard and a troublemaker, but come on. You almost got expelled for calling a girl a slut? Seriously? That's dumb. I got caught cursing when I was like 12 by same principal, and he's like, I'm gonna have to give you a detention. I'm like, why? Are you not listening to any of these other people talking? Because they're cursing. Like, yeah, but I didn't catch them. Like, what school taught me about the American justice system is not that you shouldn't do something because it's illegal. It's that you shouldn't get caught doing something illegal. Doing something illegal is not necessarily bad. Getting caught is the bad part. That was the fucked up lesson it taught me. And with that, YouTube, this is the end of our hour. So, think about that. Leave me your responses to that school of thought in the comment section below me. I don't know. Pontificate on it for the next 24 hours. And I'll see you tomorrow.